Chester, licensed professional counselor in the states of Connecticut and Tennessee, the owner of Plumera Counseling. As always, this channel and the content we go over is not a replacement for your own therapy. If you feel like you're a danger to yourself or somebody else, definitely call 911 or reach out to your local mobile crisis number. And don't forget to like, subscribe to this channel for more relatable, resourceful, encouraging content surrounding relationships, marriage, individual healing, relationship restoration. So in this topic today, we're going to be addressing why don't my apologies work? This is something that can be so frustrating in marriages and relationships when we know we've hurt the other person and we've apologized over and over, and yet it doesn't seem to really land for the other person. And so we're going to address just some reasons why this might be happening and some areas to just kind of check in with yourself on when you're trying to apologize to the person who means the most to you. So one is, are your apologies, are they more instrumental or sincere? Instrumental meaning, does your spouse, boyfriend, girlfriend, do they feel like your apology is more of a transaction? Are you apologizing to get something out of it on the other end? For example, I'm apologizing so that you're happy again. And maybe for that person, they're in a space where that is just not possible in the pain that they're in. That's okay, right? Some of these places of healing takes time. And so when the other person maybe picks up that it feels like the apology is more instrumental, that you're just trying to get something out of that moment more for yourself versus for the healing of them, right? And for them to be known and seen, that apology might backfire a little bit, right? It might not feel like it's really genuine or sincere. A sincere apology, right? There's genuine remorse, and there's an ability to be able to sit with the other person and the pain that you've caused them and to feel their emotions that they're feeling with them, not necessarily trying to kind of rush them through that process, right? A big part of this is for your spouse or boyfriend or girlfriend to really be known by you in those places of hurt that you found that you've contributed to. Second is, do you respond to them from a place of shame or from a place of guilt? Maybe some of you have watched the show Presumed Innocent, and there's one scene where Raymond tells Rusty that shame is something that you put on yourself. It's self-absorbed, self-centered. Guilt is more about owning and feeling the pain that you cause others. And it might feel like kind of a harsh message there, but I think what's important to glean from that is shame oftentimes will take us into emphasizing this really negative view about ourselves. And so when we're trying to apologize, right, to someone that we've hurt, whether your spouse, boyfriend, girlfriend, that when our apology starts to tilt into us expressing our shame, right, it can easily change the moment into now the person who you hurt is no longer seen and known in their pain by you, but now they have to turn and take care of you. And that's an incredibly hard place, right, for someone to be in, where they're feeling their hurt and their pain from something that you've done, and now it's turning into that they're feeling they're having to take care of you, and then their hurts and pains are just kind of dismissed, and they're having to handle those things alone yet again. And that's not to say, right, that your own hurts and pains and guilts and struggles, with even how you see yourself, aren't supposed to be seen or heard by the person who means the most to you. But there's a time and place for that, right? And sometimes when shame really amplifies, it can be really absorbing, where while we feel like we might be expressing guilt, we're actually in turn kind of taking space away from the person that we just hurt for them to be able to be seen, known, and heard. So that's something to just check in on. If you're responding from a place of guilt, you're able to be in those places with your spouse or your partner and feel the pain with them, right? You're not moving them out of that place. You're not changing the focus onto yourself in that moment. You're able to feel it with them. Third, do you rush to apologies? Maybe they're expressing right in the middle of that, gosh, like you've done something that really hurt them in a moment. And a part of you wants to maybe take care of it, kind of nip this moment in the bud, and apologize, get through that. But sometimes when we rush to the apologies, the other person doesn't feel like you really know what exactly they're feeling or what hurts and pains are happening for them. And as a result, they might not feel like you really know what you're apologizing for in those moments. It can really leave them, right, feeling like this reparative moment is being rushed because maybe they feel like you don't want to really know the pain that's been caused, right, by your actions in that moment. And so that's something to check in on. While it's well-intended, right, of like, I want to own what I did, I'll go into the apology. Sometimes when we rush to it too quickly and we don't give space for the other person to be heard and for them to fully share the depth of the pain, we miss that opportunity as well to sit with them in that place and to feel it with them in a healthy way. But then we also, right, leave them feeling dismissed, not heard, and like our apology isn't genuine in those moments. So it can really close the doors and opportunities for deep healing to happen in those moments. And so kind of recapping here, right? 1, are your apologies instrumental or sincere? When you apologize, are you expecting that they're supposed to feel happy and good, maybe more engaging afterward? Because if that's the case, they might be experiencing your apology as more of a transaction versus you really wanting to understand and see them in their pain. 2, do you respond from shame or guilt? Does the shame bring you into making the conversation more about you and how you see yourself in this moment versus sitting in the pain of the person who means the most to you? And then 3, do you rush the apology? Do you kind of skip over, right, the opportunity for them to be able to have that space to share the depth of their pain and to be known and seen? And overall, right, in this, the common thread in all these 3 areas is that it leaves your person, right, feeling unseen in the places of their deepest pain in those moments. And that's one of the most healing things, is when in relationships something painful happens, whether it's something external to the relationship or it's something that their partner has done or contributed to. It's incredibly healing, right, to not be alone in those places of pain. If we think about connection as primarily just being, we feel connected when we're happy, when things are going good, we cancel out a large part of what it means to be connected, right? Because realistically, just in our humanity, we're not going to be happy and okay 100% of the time. And so to be able to connect and be together and not alone in those places that feel the most painful, the most hurtful, the most devastating, that's where we can experience some of our deepest and most meaningful connections. And so making those apologies genuine, right, from a place of guilt, where we're able to park and experience and feel the other person's pain, and giving enough space, right, and not rushing to the apology to witness, right, the pain that the other person's going through because of what we've done, are all so incredibly important to feeling a sense of closeness and connection. So I hope this video just kind of gave you some little tidbits there of some things to just kind of think about and evaluate for yourself if you're finding that in moments when you're trying to apologize and nothing seems to land. And it's so hard because I'd imagine your intentions are the best of intentions. You want healing to happen. You want progress to happen in the relationship where the both of you feel supported and secure. That these 3 areas can just be some touch points for you to just check in with yourself, and maybe even kind of ask, right, your spouse or your partner if your apologies seem to feel like they land in any one of these 3 areas that we touched on today. I look forward to sharing more content with you all in the future, and I hope you all have a fabulous day and weekend ahead.